Lisa Sherman. I'm going to give you a little taste of my body blast at the bar. We're going to concentrate on our lower extremities, quadriceps, hamstrings, inner thighs, outer thighs, glute, and trunk and calves. Obviously working at pose and muscle groups. Like any exercise program, always make sure you have water. Always make sure that there's no obstruction where you're going to be working. Have a towel in case you're someone that does perspire a lot. You don't want to ever slip. Gloves are always a big help. A lot of bar classes are in bare feet. You know what? I like wearing shoes. Choose your poison, whatever you want to do. That's fine. Yes, I have accessibility to a bar because I have a studio in my house, but I do a lot of work on the road. I'm always touring, so I find you gotta get kind of crafty. You want to make sure you have something that's stable. I've used banisters. I've used sinks, kitchen sinks, bathroom sinks. Where you're able to place your hands in, so you have something you can really fall away from. As long as something's stable. I mean, sure, people say use a chair, but unless someone's really sitting in that chair for that time that you're working out, the chair could move, and you want to make sure that you're stable. So I'm going to give you a quick taste of both sides, obviously to make it biomechanically correct. And let me turn off some music. I'm going to do just a quick warm-up. Warm-up is always important. It's a rehearsal of your upcoming workload. It should be specific for your upcoming workload. Warm-ups in general is going to increase that body core temperature so that your ligaments and connective tissues are going to move a lot more easily. They're going to move easily because when you increase your body core temperature, you induce what's called synovial fluid, and that's like it's like an oil for your ligaments and connective tissues. Sitting down into those thighs, shoulders over hips, just the arms. Let's go. For 4. 2 more. And the thighs. For 4. 3. This is my cat in the background. 2 more. Hold it here. Take that head to the right. Right. For 2. Left side. And again. Now take those shoulders and just those shoulders. Bring them forward and back. For 4 and 3. Now I'm going to round my spine. Breathing out. 2 more. Round that spine. And I'm going to hold this position. Looks like this. It's like that C-shaped position. All right? Pull those shoulder blades apart. Bring them over the head. And pulse for 8. The weight on the heels with the feet for 4 and 3, 2. Side to side. Lift up. Again, moving kind of small so I stay in the camera. Reach forward, forward. Now I'm going to really get down into my thighs again. I'm going to lean forward, hands on the hips for 4 and 3 and 2. Hold on 1. I'm going to open up my left thigh, drop my left shoulder. Other side, right shoulder. Parallel feet. I'm going to round that spine and then sit back. Looks like this again. There's that C shape again. 2 more. 1. Rolling all the way up. I'm going to step touch side to side. Again, I'm shortening my ranges of motion because I'm trying to stay in camera here. But side to side. From here, I'm going to open the thighs, external rotation. Big arms for 4, 3, 2. And now we're going to that hamstring curl. Reach, pull, low row. Now I'm going to keep the legs going. I'm going to squeeze those shoulder blades together. For 4, 3, 2. Bring it forward. For 8. Big arms, big legs. Squat down for 4. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take that right leg, wide side, center it out for 4. Driving my hips back, left side. Abdominals are engaged, and center 2. To the right, center, to the left. So my shoulders, my trunk is erect and forward. 3, 2, 1, and give me 8. Hold on, 1, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Round up. Big breath. Shake it out. Let's go. We rotate this camera just a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Starting off. I thought I had it up here, but I obviously don't. I usually place a ball inside my thighs. It's not necessary, but I usually do that. Either way, I'm going to hold my thighs together really, really, really tight, shoulders or hips, and I'm going to squeeze my thighs together, releve on my toes, squeeze the thighs together, heels down, double time, squeeze, releve. If I had the ball, I would place the ball very, very high, squeeze and down. 2 more, squeeze, releve, squeeze, bring it down, and squeeze, releve, and hold. I'm now going to go into a imaginary seated chair. Now my heels are high, hands are in front of the shoulders, holding this position. Now I'm going to elevate for 2 counts, then down to where I just started. Now my heels are high at this present time, squeezing on the way up, and be careful that you're not going forward. You know, that is a big mistake. Straight up. Into that 90-degree knee flexion. Now I'm going to shorten the range of motion. This body sculpting technique, it's like mixed repetitions and varied ranges of motion. 2 more. 1, holding here. Now I'm going to bring my thighs together. They're going out and in, and I'm going to pulse. 7. Hold on, 1, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels down. I'm going to sit up now. I'm going to bring my heels shoulder width. I'm going to concentrate now because that was mostly quadricep. Well, it's all quadricep and hamstring. I'm going to really concentrate on the glute and the hamstring now. Now what's happening? Basic squat. Shoulders over knees, shoulders over hips. Big mistake here is that people, again, they do that forward, that back and forth motion. You want to sit back, almost let go of that bar and catch yourself. Now, I'm placing weight on my heels. My trunk, this area here, is forward and erect. I'm making pretend I have a mirror on the floor. I'll tell you what I don't want to see. Everything hanging forward. So I'm keeping my trunk engaged. I can almost put, pencils under the balls of my feet or something. I'm going to change the range of motion now. This is going to get a little bit more intense. A little bit more intense. I'm going to double time now. And I'm really dropping my weight, sitting back, making sure my knees are in line with my ankles. I'm going to take the leg closest to you, and I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to extend my hip. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm making sure my front knee is in line with my ankle. I'm careful I'm not dropping in my weight and going forward and bobbing for apples. So I'm offering a hip extension. Hip extension. 2 more. I'm now going to drop down 3 counts. 2, hold on 3. So the leg closest to you, the heel is high. The leg furthest from you, the weight is on that heel. Although I'm balancing my weight on both feet. driving back, holding my ribs and engaging my trunk. I'm now going to take the leg closest to you and offer these, I call them hiccups. I'm simply lifting the leg slightly, then landing. Weight is centered. From here, I'm going to take the leg closest to you and bring it back, then forward, and pulse. I'm really driving that leg back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm now going to go into a passe position. So if I was facing you, it's here. Weight is centered, external rotation. And I'm facing the wall. I'm going to take the arm furthest from you, place it in front of me. Take the arm closest to you. I'm going to take the leg closest to you, and I'm bringing it in back. I'm keeping my knee and my foot in the same level, and I'm really opening up this hip. My chest is up, not leaning on the bar. Some people hold on for dear life. Careful of that. My standing leg is turned out, knee relaxed. I'm going to take the leg that's elevated and pulse for 8. Remember, I'm giving you a shorter version. I would always do more repetitions. I'll give you 4 more. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to rotate that thigh under, then rotate back, and I'm bringing it down to the standing leg, then up and around and back. Down to the standing leg, up and around and back. Notice that my hips are, they're obviously moving, but I'm trying to keep my trunk pretty stable. 2 more. Rotate down, internal rotation, external rotation. And I'm going to hold. I'm now doing circles. Now, if you can't see too well, really can't do anything about that. It's up and around, up and around, up and around, up and around. Upper body is relaxed. 8, 7, last. 3, 2, straight up and bring that leg down. Now, my feet are together. I'm just going to shift over the upper bodies because I can. And I'm going to releve. I'm going to hyperextend my spine. Shoulders down, chest is lifted. Concentrating on triceps. Now, I'm going to bend my elbows, bring my body forward in one piece. The mistake here, people lift up their shoulders to their ears. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your elbows close to your body. Another mistake is that the elbows end up veering out. Why? We don't want to do that. 4 more. Again, getting a shortened version. Push off. Changing the rhythm. 3 down. 3, 2, 1. Push and hold. 3, 2, 1. Push and hold. 3, 2, 1. Push and hold. 3, 2. Hold on that 1. And small range up and land. Up and drop. 4, 3, 2. Push all the way away. Now, while I'm still in releve, I'm going to take the leg. In fact, I'm going to move the camera just a little bit. That way you can see a little better, I think. Offer a hip extension. Now I'm on releve, and I'm holding the leg closest to you out. My foot is flexed. I'm going to drop my standing foot. Now, the leg that's extended, elevated, it's going up and around, small circles, up and around with a flexed foot, just like this. That's what it looks like. Up and around. And I'm really holding my ribs up because I'm looking down that mirror. Remember that mirror? Up and around. 4. Now, I would do a lot more in a regular class. I would do a lot more repetitions. Let's just do 2 more. That's 1. Hold on 2. I'm going to take that extended leg and bring it down to the floor, up down to the floor. Now, I'm going to come down to the floor. I'm squeezing in back of my standing leg. That's going to activate my adductors, my inner thighs. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Squeeze down for 4, 3. Now, on one, I'm going to bring the leg closest to you in front. Now, I call this the Shermanator. It's my favorite move. Now, I'm glad I got a kick out of this. I'm driving my hips back. The weight is distributed between the leg closest to you and the ball of the foot of my other leg. My hips are square and my hips are even. My shoulders come forward, my shoulders are neutral. Shoulders over knees, shoulders over hips. Shoulders over knees, shoulders over hips. This is the Shermanator. All right, now this gets intense. You're going to be feel a concentration on your hamstring and glute. Careful of leaning into that hip, the one closest to you. Drive down. Now we're going to change the range of motion, okay? I'm now going to keep my shoulders forward, but I'm going to not come up as much. We're going for failure, which is actually a productive thing. It's actually a positive thing. Once again, make sure your weight is even. Now what's going to happen is that I'm going to elevate the leg furthest from you. Elevate that leg furthest from you. But I'm going to continue the movement with the leg closest to you. Here we go. Now as I bend that front leg, my left heel is going to the ceiling. Now, because the tendency is to lean into the hip closest to you, I'm going to take the arm closest to you and lengthen it so I can level out my hips. So you have two things happening here, well, lots of things happening here. Double time, again, in a regular class setting, I would do many more repetitions. But for purposes today, this works. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now I'm going to land in that passe position with the other leg. So here I am. So I'm going to be turning away from you. I'm going to place my arm forward, take my top leg, rotate out, and lean away from that bar. I'm now going to pulse. Pulse. Small range of motion. 8 more. 8. I'm going to take the working leg. I'm going to rotate it down and bring it back. Down, up, back, and down, up, back. Hi, boo-boo. It's my other cat. And back, and squeeze it in, up, and back. Now there's movement in the hips and the trunk, obviously, but you're really trying to stabilize as much as you can. Just work those legs. And last time, I'm going to hold it here and do circles. The circles are always going towards the butt. It's 8, 7, 6. Last 3, 2, hold it up, and bring that leg down. Now, boo-boo. So I can't hold you right now. So I'm going to releve again. And this time I'm going to concentrate on pectorals at the bar just to give your legs a little bit of a break. Okay, so shoulders are down, slight hyperextension, chest is open. Here we go. I'm going to fall forward with control, then push off. The mistake is having those shoulders, again, go towards those ears. dropping one piece. One piece. Push off. Open the pectorals. Close with resistance. 2 more. 3 down and 1, 2, 3, push. 1, 2, 3, push. Great. For purposes today, just 1 more. I can't hold you right now. And hold. Push off. Now we're going to go into the other leg. And we're going to extend that hip. There's that arabesque. And you're going to hold this position, standing plank. Ribs are held. Remember that mirror is underneath you. I'm now going to put my heel down, the foot that's closest to you. Now I'm doing circles. Circles. Again, the leg that's working is like this. Flex foot. Up and around. Up and around. Yes? Boo-boo, I can't hold you. Up and around. Up and around. They always want you when you're busy, right? 3. You're now going to take that working leg and you're going to bring it down to the floor. Down. Kick. Down. Kick. Now when you come down, I'm squeezing that leg in back of my standing leg. Squeezing in. Squeezing in. Activating those adductors. Look how boo-boo. 3, ending in Shermanator. Here we go. And it's down for 2 and up for 2. There you go. So the weight is distributed evenly. However, because of the positioning of my footing, I'm going to feel it in that that hamstring and glute furthest from you. My trunk is erect and forward. The weight is between the ball of the foot nearest to you and the heel of the leg furthest from you. Trunk is activated. Shoulders down. Good. I'm going to shorten that range of motion now. This is when we go into that failure, which is a positive thing. Positive thing. Driving your hips back. Make sure the weight is even. Driving it back. Now, I'm going to end up lifting the leg closest to you. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to lengthen the arm furthest from you. I lied. Closest to you. And I'm going to distribute my weight so I'm not sitting into the right hip more than I have to. Drive that heel to the ceiling as you're sitting in the other heel. Double time, end it. 8. 4 more. 4. 2 more. And bring that leg down. Let's go into a first position plie. That's killer. Plie, releve, straight leg, heels down. Plie, releve, straight up and down. Careful with that plie. Tendency is people go here, they stick that booty out. Plie, releve, straight up and down. Plie, releve, elevate, down. Plie, releve, elevate, last time. Plie, releve, hold it here. Now, hands are in front. I'm going to sit down on my thighs, and I'm now going to open my hips. Open my hips. Now, some people like this time to, check their balance. Your call. It's whatever you want to do. It's up to you. I'm now going to add a pulse. Pulse. So, if you look this way, my hips are opening up as I'm pulsing down wider plie. Once again, in a regular class setting, I would do a lot more of these. I'm going to intensify this. I'm going to tuck my tailbone under. Now I'm still pulsing and opening my hips. For purposes today, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and 1, standing up parallel. Now, if I had a ball, that ball that I forgot, now, instead of putting the ball here, I would put the ball inside the knees and do the first few exercises that we did in the beginning. Let's pretend we have a ball. So our knees are like this far apart, okay? Hip width. 2 count imaginary chair. Squeeze, down, squeeze, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And make sure on the way down you've got that spine position, spinal position, if you're against a wall. Concentrating on quadricep, although the entire leg, lower extremities are working. Now I'm going to intensify this and shorten the range of motion. Down, halfway up. If I had the ball, I'd be squeezing that ball. Squeezing the ball. I'm going to go into a double time. 8. This is when form is really important because you start to get fatigued. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows, come up. You would put the ball down if you were using a ball, and if not, that's fine. Back to those, to the squats. Hands on the bar, dropping your hips back. Now you're pretty warmed up by now, so this is all repetition, just making sure that we're biomechanically correct and doing both sides. Drop back, push off. But now that you are warmed up, really try to get down to that parallel position with your hamstrings to the floor. Yeah. Drop back, push off and engage. Now I'm going to shorten that range of motion. Here I am. Oh boy. Yeah, feeling it now. Ribs are held, looking down at that mirror. Remember that mirror? Oh boy. The things that could tell. Again, sitting back. Double time. Drop. Drop. Beautiful. Now you're going to end up concentrating or working the leg that's furthest from us, okay? I'm going to take that leg. I'm going to bring it back and extend that hip. Again, careful of, that bobbing back and forth. It's really a squat and a hip extension. Again, the class setting, I'd be doing more repetitions. For purposes today, 3, 2. Now, give me 3 pulses. It's down, 2, hold. Down, 2. Make sure your knee tracking is forward. Down, 2, hold. Down, 2. Now I'm going to take that leg furthest from you, that foot, and it kind of comes off the floor. I'm not flexing my knee. Not that much. It's not the reason I'm doing it. It's like little propulsions. In a class setting, I do jumps, but I'm not doing that right now. Pulse down, 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 up, down. Yes. I'm going to take that leg and bring it back and forward. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Really important. See this knee? Staying in line with the ankle. Think down, 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 down. 4, 3, 2, and hold, and rolling up. Beautiful. We're now going to go into our last 2 postures. So I want your feet, let's see if I can angle this again a little bit better. doing the best I can here. Feet are together, okay? Now, everyone's different, okay? Everyone's different. But in general, you want to extend the arm, bring your hand to me, okay? Your other arm is on the bar or whatever you're using. Place your body upon that. Bend the knees. Now, what's really important, this is complete parallel. You know, if I had headlights, the headlights are beaming straight forward, okay? If you're on a tabletop, that's what you're trying to do. Now, you want to keep your hips and just be able to keep your hips on the table, and you want to be able to work your hamstrings and glutes, okay? And trunk stabilizers. Now, I'm going to take the leg closest to you, and I'm going to keep it at the level of my butt. Now, for purposes right now, only for purposes right now so that you can see me and I can see you, I'm going to change my arm position. Normally, I would be here. Oh, whatever, I'll just keep it there and talk to you. Now, tendency is to sit into the standing hip. So you want to be able to work it so that you are not standing on that hip. So be perfectly honest. I have my other arm out, and I'm going to pull out of that arm, and that's going to stop me from sitting into my standing hip. From here, here's your standing plank, okay? Here's my standing plank. I'm now going to take the leg that's elevated, and I'm going to bring my heel close to my butt. That's a concentric contraction, the hamstring. Shortening. We'll do 4 more just for today. 2 more, I'll get a little closer so you can see. And hold. Now I'm going to take that working leg and I'm going to cross it in back of my standing leg and then extend it out. Here we go. So rotate in, extend it out. And rotate in, extend it out. And rotate in, squeeze, out, squeeze. In, squeeze, out, squeeze. In, squeeze it, press it out, hold it. 2 more for today's purposes. 1 more, and I'm going to bring that leg down. I'm going to bring my shoulders down. I'm going to offer a slight hyperextension. I'm going to get back into the other side, and we're going to get ready to finish this off. So, I'm now going to stand, the leg closest to is my standing leg. Trunk is elevated and engaged, and I'm going to elevate the leg furthest from you. Now, my arm, and forgive me because I didn't say the right thing last time. In this position, my arm should be closest to you. We should be holding hands. Because at this allows me to pull my hips into position and get the weight out of my standing hip. Okay. And I'm holding. And normally, like in a regular class, I would probably hold this position for about, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, who knows. But from here, for purposes today, I am never simply, but I'm shortening that hamstring, bringing that heel to the glute. 4 more for today's purposes. 2, holding on 1. I'm going to take that working leg and bring it in back of the standing leg, then press it out. So this becomes a flexion, then what's called the eccentric contraction of that hamstring. I'm lengthening it and pressing out. That's 4. Pressing out. 3. 2. And 1. And I'm going to bring that leg down. One of the last postures that I like to do in class is just a second position plie, releve, balance. basic, very basic. Now when you get when you do these plies, again, careful of that that little sneak booty. Do you ever see that in classes, or perhaps you do it yourself? You learn a lot from watching other people, you know. Keep the shoulders over hips. Now my weight is in my heels and I'm pushing off the floor to come up. In my heels, pushing off the floor. So, you know, I'm sitting down and I'm really engaging these inner thighs. Sitting down and then engaging those inner thighs, yeah? I'm going to shorten the range of motion. I'm not going to come all the way up. I'm not going to come all the way up. I'm going to double it up now. 4, 3, 2. I'm going to elevate my heels. Sit. Straight down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, standing up. Round the spine. Pull out of your shoulders. Rolling up. Take the leg closest to me. Bring that heel back. Press that heel down. Now, you're going to want to stretch. Trust me. You want to stretch out. Make sure that you give yourself some stretch time. It's going to kind of roll through this pretty quickly. The basics. Make sure your front knee is always in line with that ankle. Stretching your gastrocnemius, your calf muscle. From here, I go into, for instance, quadricep. Mistake with this is that for some reason people get into this, I don't know, crazy position. Keep your pelvis tucked, flattened, if you will. Posterior pelvic tilt, that's what it's called. Keep the knees in line with each other. Bring that heel close to your glute. Stretch that quadricep. I'm going to take this leg, cross it over my front leg, or my standing leg, if you will. Drop down, stretch the hips and the glutes. Obviously, you would do these longer, hold them longer. Great. Okay, we'll go back to the other side now. Just stretch that the calf on the other side, heels down. Press that heel into the floor. Nice job. Okay, let's take that foot and let's keep those knees in line with each other. Bring that heel into the glute. Tuck that tailbone, stretching the quadricep. Shoulders over hips. Take that same leg, cross it over your standing leg, sit back and down. Hold the position. For anyone who's interested, the music was 120 beats per minute. That's pretty great. Oh, pretty great. It's great for a class like this. Nice, rolling up. Now I would usually, you know, in a regular class setting, I have an entire stretch section, okay, where I just do a whole bar stretch. Whatever you can do in your own time, your own place, I would stretch over. I always, depending on what access you have, I would also offer a really nice balanced segment and stretch at the bar. We do standing splits. Bring that leg down. Obviously, you want to do the other side, where you would do your full stretch over. Make sure you bring your pelvis forward. Place your feet, your standing leg is turned out. I'm going to go away from you. I would make sure I'm even, and I would stretch down to the ground. A lot of times I will take the leg on the bar and I will elevate that leg. I'm going to come around and I'm going to bring that leg down. In general, bring the arms up, everybody, and I'll talk you through it. Round over. Make sure you do give yourself a lot more stretch time. You're going to need that. Hands on the ground. Rolling up on 4, 3, 2, 1, shoulders. So this was just a taste of my body blast at the bar. Hands behind your spine, open up your chest. My name is Lisa Sherman. Lord knows I've been doing this for a long time. You can find any questions or concerns, bring your head to the right as you drop your left shoulder. You can contact me at lisashermanfitness@gmail.com. I do a lot of different classes, all kinds of things. And my website is lisa-sherman.com. Check out where I'm entertaining. I'm a professional singer, entertainer, and check out where I'm presenting and what my background is in exercise fitness. It's a long time. I got a lot of videos out there. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and good luck. Keep moving. Remember one thing. It's easy to work hard, but it's hard to work well.